Okay, we're live. Woohoo!
All right.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today on our Scottsdale Lash and Brow Conference with our interview here with TB Kim. I'm Lulu Superville from Hygge Beauty, one of your producers for the Scottsdale Lash and Brow Conference. And right here next to me is TB Kim. She is from Volume Lashes and Company out in New York.
Actually, it's called Volume Lashes Co. It's not Volume Lashes Company.
Oh, the Lashes Co. Perfect. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so how long have you had, when did you start Volume Lashes?
Volume Lashes. So first, I started with Classic, right? So that was like about 11 years ago. And then I believe the Volume Lashes, maybe it's been 4 years now. Like I can't even, I don't even know when, but I remember when I started to compete, I think I had about 3 years experience.
Okay.
So by now, maybe something like that.
Wow, that's amazing. And then the studio, your actual studio, you started about that like 3 years ago or so?
Yeah, 3 years ago, but I started. It was in my current place, but like I had a really small room. I rented, and I even shared a small room with somebody.
Right.
And then I started to expand, and now I moved to a different location. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So what got you into lashes in the first place? Like what were you doing before lashes, first of all?
Yeah, like I went to aesthetic school. I went to aesthetic school, and then so I was interested in like a spa, like facial stuff like that. And so that was when I was in Canada. I went to spa management college. So I was interested in beauty and management, right? Like I really liked business, and but then that time like lashes were already really popular in Japan. So when I visited Japan, I thought okay, why not? Like I want to try it out. So I took like a 2 hours training, and then like I started practicing, and actually I really liked it. So I decided not to do any of the spa thing, facial or anything, and I started just focusing on lashes. That time I thought it would be a good add-on service, for
Right.
spa.
Right.
So that's why I decided to learn. But actually I really fell in love with it.
That is amazing. That's so awesome. And so
Yeah.
so that was before. Have you I kind of want to get to know you a little further. And so I dug deep into your life.
Mhm. My life.
Yeah. So I reached out to somebody that you know,
Mhm.
and I asked them a
Alright.
little bit about you. And I guess
Who would that be that she
I,
knows that?
I guess you have a little secret of something you've always wanted to do. Can you explain this picture for me? Can you see it?
Hold on, loading now. Now I'm scared. What do you mean, like secret? Do you guys have any secret?
I'm sure you guys can see it. So if
Maybe.
you can't see it, there's three girls
No.
all in really cute pink outfits, crop tops and shorts, dancing.
Hold on. It is still loading, but I think I know
Okay.
what you're talking about.
So I heard that from a little bird that you wanted to
Mhm.
be like an actress or do comedy.
Actually, that was my. Where did you find this?
So I also have a video clip of Comedy Central. So if you guys don't know,
Oh,
there is YouTube out there. It's a fun little thing that we all love.
yeah.
And your friend actually, Fee, told me.
Oh, okay. Friend, my one of my employees.
Yes,
Of course, right?
she told me about that, and I thought it was like the cutest thing
Oh my
ever.
god.
So let me go ahead and throw up another picture up here because I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that was actually my main focus before I had my business. So, like the lashes, I started like 11 years ago, but then,
Hmm.
it was like I would practice here and there, but I wasn't really full time. And then I had this career like acting, and I still do like acting, but because of my business, it got so busy. Actually, the reason why I started doing my business is because I wanted to focus on acting. But then it became the opposite, that I started to get busier. I thought I would have more time if I started doing freelancing and have my own business.
Right.
And then, but then because my business grew so quickly, I actually didn't have time for any of it, not even acting, house chores or anything. So, but the reason that I was, focusing on my business is because I wanted to get back to it and focus on acting. But I really do like business too. So like I cannot quit business too, but yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh, I absolutely love it. I thought that was the funniest thing ever when I saw that. And then I saw the video, and it was really quick, the video. If you guys, I'll put the YouTube link on
yeah,
here so people can
video.
click on it. I wish I could pull it up here for you guys, but it's really
Uh,
she's in the background and she's dancing, and it's like you see her really quick doing her cute moves, and bam, she's gone.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well now you guys know. You guys know a bit more about TB. So that
All
was
right.
okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of what we came here to talk about. Actually, let me pull up something else. Give me 1 second. Oops, I just got rid of you. Let me pull you back up. So, okay. There you go. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the ins and outs of Lash competitions. Yeah. So if you guys don't know, TB Kim, you competed like every month for an entire year, right? You like 11 competitions?
Yeah, so like 8 months. So I went to 8 different competitions, right, in 8 months, and I won 11 awards.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's amazing. And you did this all within a year?
Yeah, in 8 months. So even shorter than that.
Yeah. So why did you want to get involved in competing in the first place? Because I know it's a scary thing for many of the girls.
Right. The very, very first time was just out of curiosity, right? I didn't know the eyelash competition existed. So I'm like, what do they do? What is eyelash competitions? And then also I got really curious, okay, I want to know my level, in the industry. Like I always consider myself a really good lash artist, talented, but then, how the other people, and I wanted to know where I am. So the first time was very like out of curiosity.
Okay, cool. So first one's curiosity, and then after that, you caught this bug. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so good, right?
Yeah. After that was I realized the potential, right, about competitions. Bringing back the awards to the salon and everything. And again, I told you that I'm a business person. I really like business, so I decided to take competition as a part of my business plan. So right. I decided to really commit. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna go to as many competitions as possible and try to bring as many awards as possible, so that a year from now, I should get there where I want to be, which was I wanted to be a judge. I wanted to launch my own brand, which I was preparing already. But when you launch a new brand, you need a buzz, right? Like you're nobody. Then how are you gonna, promote promote your brand? So I thought this, achievements would help me get there, right? And then also that was like a little bit after, after a few competitions later. But I thought I want to, host my own competition, eventually. So yeah, so that was my business plan from the beginning, very beginning.
That's awesome. And you do host your own, right? Like online competitions?
Yeah, it just ended. So yeah, it's called NYC Volume Lash Cup. We'll have the second edition coming up soon. But yeah, I just finished, and yeah, so I accomplished my goal, my very first goal.
Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. So what would you say to girls who want to compete, but they're just scared? Like, what would you say to them? Like, what would you help them, encourage them to go out there and do it?
Yeah, like I would say simply like, don't be scared, right? Everybody else is scared too. First of all, there are different levels in competition, sometimes junior, master, expert. So especially people who don't have many experiences, they tend to get scared. Oh, I only have 1 year experience. I'm not that good. But
Right.
then don't worry, you're not competing with somebody who has 10 years experience because the level will be divided, right? So let's say if there are three levels, junior, master, expert. Let's say junior is between 1 to 2 years, and master is like 2 to 4 years, expert is 4 years and up. Then you will be in the level with same people who have the same amount of experience. So don't be scared, and again, everybody else is scared, and also you would learn a lot. Because at the beginning I wasn't scared, but yeah, I would say like I had a little bit of fear that what if I don't win? I would be embarrassed. I would feel embarrassed. So I
Right.
don't want to even tell people that I'm going to compete, because what if I lose? People might laugh at me, or I
Right.
feel something like that. But then I would say don't think that way. First of all, going to competitions is a really, everybody knows that, like, because everybody's scared, they should know that it's a really, like brave thing to do, right? So
Right.
actually, you will get a lot of respect for that. Just going there, nobody will, feel like, oh, you didn't win anything. It's more like, wow, you went to competition. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That you're
Yeah.
really brave. So you challenge yourself, and then you really learn from competitions, because like salon work and competition work is very different. So you will soon realize that after participated, right?
Hmm.
There are a lot of, because everything has to be perfect to the level that you don't even imagine. You know, so like once you get the score sheet, and then you start checking your score, and then you realize, oh, I never pay attention to this part, but then it seems like I'm not really good at this, and so I have to keep practicing. But because like at the salon, nobody would tell you, like, usually the customers, right, they like you, so they always say, oh, you're the best, like, I love
Right.
you, great work. But nobody would be there to, hey, how about this part, if you could tweak your skill a little bit, you will be even better, or something like that. You
Right.
wouldn't get that feedback anywhere, you know.
Right.
So it's a really like a great learning experience. And then of course, if you could win, that's another thing, right? It's really
Right.
good for your business, and then for your confidence, and you could establish yourself in the industry, everything, like so many opportunities.
Right. Your credibility,
uh
pretty much.
yeah, definitely. Like, surprisingly, for instance, any opportunities, right? Like, somebody asked me to teach at their salon or something like that. It
Okay.
came through competition network. So you wouldn't imagine, but like a lot of them are from competitors. Like, we
Right.
competed together. So who would imagine that your competitors would be your client, one day?
Right.
Because like, they saw my commitment, and then they saw my awards, and they trusted me, right? Oh, that she's really committed, and then she really uh like, she keeps like improving her skills and everything. So yeah, a lot of them came from like a competition network. So it's everything, it's really amazing. So that's
Right.
why I feel like everybody should try, and yeah, like, meet people out there. So yeah.
Right. Right. Get out there and make something of it. I mean, if they want to be somebody, make something of themselves or whatever, this is a good chance for them to reach out and network, like you said, and get to know more people and make something of their lash career. So I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of girls. Hi, there are some viewers watching. Hi, guys. They're all saying hi. Um, there is another question. I know some girls like kind of would like to know, like, so what do the judges judge on? They don't, well, it's kind of like a hidden thing. I don't know if it's hidden or just not really well put out there. What is the criteria? What is the judging criteria? What do judges actually look for? Like, what are some
Mm-hmm.
tips that you could give potential competitors on that?
Right. hmm So there are different criteria, right? And then sometimes it depends on the competition. So you really have to check the rules and criteria, right? So let's say, there's a thing called like an inner corner, outer corner. But what does that mean? First I didn't know. Maybe inner corners should look good, but
Yeah.
then it was more like the coverage that they're talking about. So any missed lashes, your point would be deducted. So like the criteria is always out there, on the competition website, but it's just that it doesn't really explain thoroughly. We assume, I guess, like they assume that you guys know, right? But
Right.
we don't. Only people who have competed or who took the competition training, which I do give competition training for that reason, because I I took competition training at the beginning of my career, because I realized that there are certain things that I don't know, and then I don't know how to make strategy out of it. But like inner corner, outer corner, so that's the coverage, and then so like every single lash, extension has to be attached, even like a tiny baby one. Otherwise, like your point will be deducted, and then like overall look, that's a little bit tricky part, because it's more like personal opinion, right? Like
Right.
inner corner, outer corner, it's more like a fact. If we find something, that's a fact. Oh, you missed
Right.
the last or something. But the overall look is more like a personal preference. So sometimes between American judges and European judges, they judge differently. In Europe, much shorter lashes are preferred. So sometimes people start with 4 millimeter, 5 millimeter, right? But then if American judges see that, they might be like, put something longer. It's not noticeable. It's not pretty enough. I barely see your lashes, kind of. So that like area is a little bit tricky, depending on different judges. So like
Right.
when you're competing, you also want to study a little bit, who are the judges, like where are they from, what are their styles,
I
stuff like
love
that.
that. That is such good advice. Exactly. Who are the judges? What do they prefer?
Yeah.
What is it that
Mhm.
they do on their own lashes, right? Because that's kind of what they're
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
look for.
Mhm.
It's very subjective, at least in that category, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. So I
Exactly.
love that you explained that. So to talk a little bit more about the categories and the overall look, that kind of brings me
Mhm.
to the models. Now, I remember you talking
Mhm.
to me about how um, you really have to be careful on who you choose as your model. Sometimes, like sometimes some competitions allow you to choose
Mhm.
for them to supply you with a model, but then
Mhm.
you got to be careful with that because
Right.
you don't know what the model looks like until like the day of,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
so you don't know what kind of lashes you're dealing with, what kind of
Mhm.
face or eyes or whatever. So can you explain to
Mhm.
our viewers really quick on
About choosing
yeah,
the right
about how to
model.
choose the right model.
Yeah. So yeah, because model is everything, right? Like their eye shapes, and how their lashes are growing, stuff like that. It really affects. Um, so like first of all, you want to know their lashes beforehand. Like ideally, if you could, have few models come in and then you check, of course, like the look that they have. If she has pretty eyes, that's even better. But then once you start checking her lashes, you might notice that, oh my god, it's a little bit, if her lashes are like a little bit hard for me to apply, then it might be better to choose somebody else. So again, when you're traveling somewhere and then you're asking the organizer to prepare a model for you, it's good, right? Okay, I don't need to bring my own model, but you're really, taking a big risk that I've seen many people, like, first of all, like, model comes with like full makeup on, or even cluster lashes, eyelash extensions, then you are really done, like
Yeah,
they have to spend like 30 minutes, an hour to remove lashes. I'm not even kidding, that it's not a joke, it's not only like, it happened to like only one person. It happened to many people. I've seen it so many times. And then even let's say, she doesn't have any lashes on or anything, but then okay, she has big bald spot, or she has really tiny lashes and really hard to apply. or like even the lash lift, and then her lash directions are all, messed up, stuff like
Crazy.
that. So
Yeah.
it's very risky, and especially you're traveling. That's when people feel like, oh, but I'm spending a lot of money already to travel. If I bring my own model, it's gonna be so much expensive. I cannot afford that. Then, I would say try to look for local models, right? And then try to rehearse the day before or 2 days before, and then have
Right.
few options available. Before that, I would definitely have them send few pictures, not only this angle, but then the side angle, and then from the top, so that you could check her direction, like a lash direction, and then also inner corners, outer corners. If lashes are droopy, it's gonna be hard for you to pull off the really good look.
Right.
So, I will try to, request many pictures as possible, and then try to rehearse with them. So at least you know what to expect. So if there is some certain area that's very difficult, you could be
Right.
prepared. Right? Okay, this area is difficult, so I have to spend a little more time. So or something like that, you could make strategies out of it. And so sorry, like is this like cringy?
Okay. I totally get it. I'm like nervous that something's gonna go off on my end too. Okay,
Yeah, right.
that's so good. I love that how you encourage girls to, like you said, if you can't afford to bring your model with you if you're traveling, look for one. There
Mhm.
are so many Facebook groups out there that have so many people from all over the world,
Mhm.
and so it's like you just ask the forums, the Facebook groups, hey guys, I need a model. Like lash artists, I'm
Mhm.
sure are willing to help each other out, and if you can be nice about it and say I'm looking for a specific kind of model.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't want to be mean, but I need this type of person, this type of hair. Can you please like show me a photo of yourself or your lashes, and so I can pick the
Mhm.
right model for myself? And that's
Yeah.
great, and that's going to save you tons of money.
Yeah,
I love
definitely.
that. Okay, perfect. And then, like you said, the picture taking is awesome. I didn't even think about that. That's actually really, really
Mhm.
good. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, cool. So,
Mhm.
do you have any suggestions to the people watching this on,
Mhm.
I guess, any other tips that you would recommend giving them for wanting to compete, or
Mhm.
thinking about it, but they're kind of on the fence?
Mhm. Yeah, I would say, like if they're thinking about it, it depends on, like, why they're thinking, right? Like if they're scared, really, like, don't be scared. It's a learning process, and you really learn a lot from the competition, and so you will grow as a lash artist, right? So I would
Right.
say don't be scared. And then, you know some people who are not confident in their skills, uh, like I'm always here to help you guys. Like you could try to reach out to like other educators, stuff like that. So if you just want to really know how to win, right? Maybe you're confident. I'm confident, but I competed before. Somehow I didn't win. I don't know how to win. Then definitely the competition training is for you. That competition is all about strategy. So the good lash artist doesn't mean that you can win. You just have to make a good strategy for yourself. So like as I said, like I took a competition training at the very beginning of my competition journey, and I'm glad that I did, because otherwise I might have kept going on and on with the wrong direction, with different wrong strategies. So I would say take competition training. And for people who are not confident in their skills, I would say take classes, like, so that would be a good opportunity for you to really think about what are my weaknesses, right? Like maybe like you could just compete and then see the score sheet, right? And then really understand, oh, these are the area that I need to work on, so that you could take the score sheet and then maybe reach out to educators and, hey, I'm really not good at this area. Do you think you could help me? Your class, do you think like I could improve these areas, so that
Right.
your training or whatever mentor session or whatever would be really effective for you, right? It would be customized based on your weaknesses. For instance, one skill that not a lot of people like have is the outline, perfect outline skill. Like I've judged many competitions, but this is the the hardest part. Like even like experts and everybody who are very good, but it's just like a little bit off the perfect outline. And then this is one of the hardest skill. But then if you know that, you could reach out to people who specialize in that area, which I do. Perfect outline is a really, hard skill to acquire. But again, so anything that you are not confident, you can really think about either like just throw yourself out there to competition, and then try to think what are the area you have to work on, or if you know already, just take classes. So that will boost up your confidence, and like you could you know, join the competition and see how it goes.
That's awesome. Okay, perfect. I love that. Um, well, that's a lot of information. I think it really wraps up and encompasses great insight on potential competitors and people who really just kind of want to get their foot in the door and start somewhere. And like you said, make themselves better by doing somehow. Now, I do, before we finish here with UTV, I want everyone to know that she's also a speaker at the Scottsdale Lash and Brow Conference, as well as a judge for our competition portion, so Battle of the Lashes, which we're so excited for. So if you're thinking about competing and are going to be attending the Scottsdale Lash and Brow Conference, go. Like Kim's going to be there, or TV is going to be there, and then a bunch of other speakers, like half the speakers on our list are judging as well. And so it's going to be really, really, really great. I wanted to get your quick question. You mentioned lash competition trainings.
Yeah,
Was that right? Like
the competition training. Yeah.
Right, competition training. So where can people find that? What do they actually look for when they're looking for that?
So competition training, it's a specialized course, right? So you kind of have to look for specific people. So I don't know where to look, like a look for competition training. Either, I don't know if you search and it pops up, or it's just a Facebook group, and then like if anybody's giving the training,
like a mentorship type thing instead of an actual like training.
Right. It is like a mentorship, but it is a competition training. Like I think some people might do mentorship, training because they know they've competed before. But I think I know like a few people who really specialize in competition training, and so like I'm the one of them that really focus on competition training. That's because I've been to like many competitions, so I know. So like for instance, Europe versus like a US competition, how to change your strategy, stuff like that. That only like you would know if you've competed or you've judged, like different competitions. But through your own experience, I have developed my like unique training. So it's the theory plus the practical. So I actually have you guys. So like I'll explain everything, right? Rules and everything, and then explain how to make strategies and stuff like that, time management and everything, and the problem solvings and everything. After that, I will have a model for you, and then have you do like a competition style, like a real competition style. So okay, body lashes 3 hours. Let's say okay, so this is a setup. Okay, start, and then I will I'll tell you, hey, like this is like 30 minutes more left. You should be focusing on this by like at this point. Okay, 15 minutes left. You shouldn't be doing this. Instead, you should be doing that, so that as you do, like you start understanding. Oh, okay, yeah, I want to do this. That's my like I want to do this, but okay, I shouldn't be doing this. And then after that, after you finish everything, I'll have you be the judge to judge your own work. So you could try to understand what judges are looking for, right? So I'm going to give you the score sheet, and then I'm going to have you judge your own work. And then let's say you start marking, and then if the judgment are different between us, I will explain why. Hey, you said 10 points, right? Stickies. So you didn't find any stickies? Let me check that for you. And then boom, boom, here, like 1 and 2. So you didn't see this right now. You check your own work. You marked 10, but then actually I found 2 stickies. So that means that you're not checking, thoroughly. And then okay, or you put like 7 for this. Why? Why do you think, like a 3 points would be deducted? How, could you improve that? So instead of, giving all the answers, I have them think so that they would acquire the skill of, okay, the real like a competition, like a mentality, right? Okay, so these are the things that they're looking for. So I should be doing this, and so like I do all that. Everybody's different. Other
Right.
educators who give competition training, their training might be different. So I will say, like if you find, educators, reach out to them, ask questions, and then also see if you click with them, right? Oh, like
Right.
I like her style, or so it's really because the competition training is something very unique based on your own experience and how detailed that they're going to teach. And it might be different depending on the educator. So I would say, like reach out to different educators and then see who you feel like you could trust and then who you feel like you will click.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, I love that. You're like so you're basically a personalized coach, like coaching them
Yeah,
and
very, very
training them
personalized.
just to make sure that they're going to do everything correctly, or at least to the best of their ability for show date. So that's amazing. I love that. That's so cool. Wow. And you know what? That's so funny because that's something part of the lash industry that a lot of it's not really big here in America. I mean, you're in
Mhm.
NYC. I'm sure you get
Yeah,
people who do a lot of online competition. I'm sure you have a lot of girls from other countries competing and joining in on those
yeah,
competitions. And it's less, I'm sure, less stressful to
mhm,
compete online
yeah,
versus live. Um, so I'm sure that that's a very enticing portion of online competitions. But when you actually are live, um,
mhm,
I love that you have that ability to be able to coach, and that aspect of the lash industry is out there. Because to be honest, I didn't even
yeah,
realize that was out there. Like, wow,
mhm,
I'm like blown away right now. That's amazing.
yeah, mhm,
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so great. So you guys, again,
mhm,
I'm here with TB Kim of
mhm.
Volume Lashes Co. in New York. She is right now in
Okay.
Vietnam. Unfortunately, you missed your flight
Yeah,
to Japan last night.
yeah, I got stuck because there's a huge typhoon, coming to Tokyo. So yeah, my flight got canceled, and I'm here in Vietnam
And so
still.
you're going back to Japan and then flying back to the States?
No, I'll go to Taiwan next week. That's just for fun with my mom. But then after that, yeah, I will go back to New York.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. So she was just judging. You judged in Japan and in Vietnam?
Yeah, in
Okay.
Tokyo and Vietnam, like back to back, there were 2 competitions, so that's why like I was flying around.
You're awesome. And that's amazing. Your family's in Japan, so it's really convenient.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, TV, for joining me today on this live interview on Facebook. Hi,
Mhm.
guys. Thanks for joining and watching. We hope you enjoy. Hi. If people are saying hello. If you have any questions for us or for TV, please throw it up here right now. We'll give you a second to do that. If we don't hear from you, then we're just going to go ahead and end our interview with you. And this is going to be great because this can be shared on Facebook. It can
Mhm.
be. I'm actually going to put it on to my website as well as my
Mhm.
YouTube channel, so that way people anywhere can see this and
Yeah.
be able to get access to all the great information that you've given them. So if you want to reach TV, she is actually. You have a few different.
Mhm.
So you go to Instagram, Volume Lashes Co. It's up on the screen right now,
Mhm.
and then how else can they get a hold of you? What's your salon?
Yeah, the my salon Instagram is Lash NYC. That's really not a competition style. So
Right.
it's different. But and then another like for my online competition, it's called NYC Volume Lash Cup. So again,
Okay.
just the first edition of the online competition ended, but then new edition coming up soon. So, but I put like a lot of information out there, explaining the rules, criteria, the tips and tricks. So you could even like learn from like our Instagram page. But yeah, I'm here. Like if you guys have any questions, right now or even like later on, if you forgot to ask something, you could
Okay.
always message me on Facebook. TV Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You guys don't understand. When I met TB a couple weeks ago at the Texas Lash conference, um, I was blown away. I just love you. I thought you were just amazing. You're so ambitious, so great to talk to you. You're so personable. And I love that you're willing to help anybody and everybody out there about that. Um, oh, we have some people saying, you guys are so awesome. Oh, thank you. And then we have another user saying, and for some reason, it doesn't show me your guys' name on here. For I don't know why, but it just says Facebook user. So I'm sorry about that. And then we have other people saying, thank you, TB. Thank you, Lulu. You're welcome.
Thank you
Um,
for the
we appreciate you guys. This is what I'm all about here. And I want to interview as many people I can on many different issues and topics because the
Yeah.
information is out there. And I feel like, again, this is stuff that needs to be given to people. And so everyone knows about this stuff. Because, again, if we don't talk about it, no one's ever going to know. I mean, you have to now do the research yourself. I want to make it easily accessible to everybody. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Tabi, for joining me. You go ahead and follow her on her multiple Instagram pages. Follow me. I'm Hygge Beauty Co. And then as well as I manage all those studios at Lashes del Sol. So at Lashes del Sol. And I'm one of the organizers for the Scottsdale Lash and Brow Conference and competition going on April 2020. Say what?
Yeah, amazing organizer. You're very organized, and I love how you do. So yeah, this is a competition and conference that you could really trust that like
Oh,
you will
yeah.
get a lot of things out of it.
It's gonna be so fun. And next week we're going to LashCon out in Pasadena, and we are hosting. We're one of the hosts for their after party, so that's going to be really fun. And we're also on the panel of speakers. One of their panels, we're talking about, I guess, the ups and downs of owning multiple lash studios. So that's going to be interesting. Anyway, so again, thank you again, TV, for joining us. Hope you have a safe trip back home and have fun with your mom. And again, reach out to us. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.